Hey everyone, what's up? If you've been on X or YouTube in the past day or two, you've probably seen the news. Sony just announced they're ending physical disc production for all new PlayStation games starting in January 2028. No more discs, digital only from then on. It sucks, right? A lot of us grew up with physical games. And this kind of feels like the final nail in the coffin for physical media. But today, I want to break down just briefly why this is happening, why it's honestly not that surprising, and why even as a guy from Generation Z who likes physical media isn't just doom posting about it. First off, I find this whole situation super ironic. Sony basically blew up in the 90s because of discs. The original PlayStation used CDs, which let them have far more storage than their main competitor, Nintendo's cartridges. It helped them crush the competition and become the giant they are today. Now fast forward 30 plus years, and they're the ones walking away from it. Why? Because I hate to break it to you guys, but people just aren't buying physical copies like they used to. Digital sales have been dominating for years. And it's cheaper for companies to produce, it's more convenient for a lot of players, and the numbers don't lie. I personally am part of Gen Z. And for what I've seen in my circles and online, a lot of people my age couldn't care less about physical media. They download it, they play it, and they move on. I'm kind of the outlier. There is some people in my Discord community who are, let's just say, a little upset about it. But like I said, we're kind of the outliers. I personally like having a collection. Keep in mind, I grew up with an old Sega Genesis in the 2000s, and I collect many arcade cabinets, and I play these things constantly. They're basically my physical media collection. But a lot of people, they just buy digital on Steam or the PS Store, and that's it. Younger gamers grew up with fast internet, big hard drives, and Game Pass style subscriptions. Physical just feels old school to them. And honestly, they're a big reason the shift is happening. And it sucks for people like me, who are collectors and love physical media. But this was probably inevitable. Companies save a ton of manufacturing, shipping, and retail by going digital. And by the rules of capitalism, they gotta make money for their shareholders. And tell all the consumers, fuck you, go to fucking hell. We know most you idiots will buy our shit anyway. It's not the end of the world though. Gaming isn't dying, at least not in the typical sense. It's just changing. And we've been heading this way since Steam took over on PC and consoles added digital stores. Personally, I'm not as hard hit by this because I don't have a PS5 or a PS4, and I don't have an Xbox either. And while I might buy a Switch 2 eventually, I'm not planning on it anytime soon. So, in my personal opinion, this is the perfect time to move to PC gaming. Oh yeah, PC stuff is mostly digital, but you have better options if you actually care about owning your games. First, GOG, Good Old Games. They sell DRM-free games, so you truly own them and can back them up. And then itch.io is indie heaven. There are tons of amazing games on that site. And, to my knowledge, you're always getting the files directly. Then there's Steam. Steam is the biggest storefront on the planet for PC gaming, and it's super convenient. And they don't have a bad history of randomly taking people's stuff away. But remember, you don't technically own those games. You're getting a license to them, so if Steam bans you, or for some reason Steam goes down, you can't play your games anymore. Now, I personally run a game studio myself, Centurion Dragon Studios. And yeah, we don't release on consoles at all. We're exclusively digital. We sell on both itch.io and Steam. And if someone wants to own their game permanently, well, I'd recommend buying our games off itch.io. But if you're someone who prioritizes convenience, I'm on Steam as well. But yeah, in all honesty, this does suck. But this is kind of the new age of gaming. And like I said, I saw this coming from miles away. The people who want physical media are in the minority now. Most folks are going to take the convenience way every single day of the week. And that's where the money is. And that's also why a lot of modern big budget games feel super easy and handholdy. And kind of cookie cutter if I'm honest. Studios invest huge money and need guaranteed returns, so they don't take that many risks. And physical media is now risky. I mean, I personally understand this. I run a game studio, like I said earlier. But I can take more risks because I don't have million-dollar budgets or any investors. That's right, Centurion Dragon Studios doesn't have any investors or shareholders. It's owned exclusively by me, and I promise you that is never going to change. I do not like shareholders or investors. Plus, that means I have basically unlimited freedom on what I want to make. And right now, if you want to support the studio, my space shooter, Nova Rebellion, is out on Steam and itch.io right now. It's been out for about a year now. And my next big one, a turn-based fantasy RPG, Myths and Monsters, launches July 3rd. Hopefully, I'll see you guys there at launch. And if you like retro gaming content, I have tons of videos on this channel about retro gaming content. We've also got a Discord community you can join as well. Links to that are in the description. And thanks everyone for watching and for the support. And what do you think about Sony going digital only? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. And like and subscribe if you enjoy the content. Because I'm a YouTuber. I'm obligated by contract to say that. This is Troy Schultz, the Anti-Gamer Slayer, signing off!